And it's the latest confrontation between Democratic lawmakers and DHS coming days after House Democrats joined the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, Ras Baraka, at a detention center in the state. The mayor then was arrested while trying to enter. One of the lawmakers, New Jersey's LaMonica McIver, was in the hearing today with the secretary, Noam calling for consequences for those members of Congress claiming they assaulted federal agents. Watch.
A mob of protesters, including 3 members of Congress, stormed the gate and they trespassed into the detention facility. We have footage of those members of Congress slamming their bodies into our law enforcement officers, shoving them, screaming profanities in their faces, striking them with their fists, and otherwise assaulting law enforcement. The behavior was lawlessness, and it was beneath this body.
Art Del Cueto joins us now. Art is the Vice President of the National Border Patrol Council. It's always good to talk to you, Art. What's your perspective since we played that clip there on that incident that happened in New Jersey? Let's start with that.
Look, it's upsetting and it's frustrating. You have men and women out there that have taken an oath to put their lives on the line and defend the rights of American people. And, you know, hey, due process is part of it. But when you get arrested and you have a deportation order or you get handed a deportation order, that's part of due process already, okay? So what does not and should not happen is you shouldn't be assaulting these individuals. And much less you have people on the left that is now assaulting federal agents, and they think it's okay because they've condoned it. They've been okay with it for such a long time. And I get the question all the time. Why do individuals and politicians on the left continuously defend, you know, the illegal aliens that are coming into the country? Why do they always put roadblocks against President Trump? And I used to think, and I still do to a point, that they just hate President Trump. But you know what? I've come to the realization that maybe these individuals are so far gone that they don't realize who the good guy is and who the bad guy is anymore.
Well, in that incident in particular where the mayor was arrested and these other Democratic members of Congress were there at a federal facility in New Jersey and in Newark, I had Congresswoman Julie Johnson. She's from Texas, and she's on this committee on last hour, and we talked about it. Here's what she said.
We have an obligation to go in, and we have a legal right to inspect these facilities at any time of our choosing. So this tour thing is outrageous. This is not a tourist attraction. This is very serious matters. And the thing that just really kills me about all of this is these members of Congress, they were there to do their job. They didn't do anything inappropriate.
So what would you say about that, Art? You know, being familiar, I'm sure, with federal facilities like this in your work, is that isn't there a difference between a local official, just a regular citizen, maybe a local official like a member, and a member of Congress who's a federal official? They do have some rights at these facilities, don't they, or no?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. Look, I've been at the forefront at many border tours with members of Congress. Many of those members of Congress are the ones that were in the committee asking questions today. And throughout the many years of several different presidencies, they've always gone through the proper channels and they've asked CBP and they've all been allowed to enter. However, when you do it the way you see in that video, hand in hand with a mob that they're just protesting against the rule of law, that's completely different. They could have gone in those facilities and they could have gone through the proper channels. You send a letter, you ask, and you're allowed to go in there. You get escorted in there. You know, you have leadership from the agency that will walk around and they'll answer any questions you have.
Right.
They chose not to do it that way.
Let me ask you, every time you're on, we try to do one big picture question at the end. If we have the numbers, latest numbers on that we have, border numbers, encounters, and the like, we'll put them up. What would you say is the update here? This is arrests and deportations on Trump administration's enforcement and its overall immigration policy at this point of the presidency. What's the update from the ground?
No, I think they're doing a fantastic job because they're apprehending individuals that are already in the country. And look, people will ask, you know, who are you deporting? Who are you sending back? There are people that have asked for asylum during the last 4 years that came through and either refused to go to their immigration case or, you know, have been lost through the system. They're being found through this administration and they're being given their opportunity to show if they have an asylum claim. And like we had said many times before, the majority of these people don't really have a true asylum claim. They just knew that the cartels and the smuggling organizations told them for a long time, all you got to do is claim asylum and you'll be released. Well, now they're getting their day in court and it's proving that the majority didn't have an asylum claim to begin with.
All right, that's the perspective from Art Del Cueto. Art, always good to have you on. Thanks for coming on tonight.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.